All right, everybody. It's time for some late night boxing talks. I don't want this to run too long, though. Every time I say that, that's exactly what ends up happening. Um, there seems to be some new developments in this very tedious affair. That they're now looking at a February date for the fight, which isn't surprising given how long this is taking. Most people figured that there's no way you can do this fight before this year is out and have adequate time to promote it. There's just no way, there's no way to do that. And it's sad that things are happening the way it is because the fight itself, it was a fight that I was good, Alfredo, que lo que, manin. It's a fight that once upon a time I was looking forward to, and now it's more of a running gag that encompasses the ineptitude of how the PBC conducts business. Because, Errol released a couple of tweets, and he's basically saying that Terrence Crawford is stalling, which at this point, a lot of people really don't believe because the ball isn't in Terrence Crawford's court to make anything happen. If you're the cash cow that you're made out to be, and Al Heyman is the wizard that he's made out to be, then this fight should have been done. It should have been done. And it's not done, and it's ridiculous that it's not done. It really is. Because the way that they talked about Errol for such a long time, you would have thought he was the gateway to the millions. And when the money is there, just all the different things that we've heard are confirmation of things that I already thought, that this guy's not as big a draw as they let on, He's not. Crawford's guaranteed purses are actually bigger than his. A lot of subjects that we've mulled over time and time again. And the most recent development is that they're looking at February for the fight now. Errol is trying to make it seem as if Crawford is the reason, that Crawford is stalling, when by now most people know they're trying to walk the guy into a shitty deal. And I've known that for a while, just from inside intel that I was fed. It's more of the same, It's more of the same. Sophia was good, Rafa was good, Country was good, Gary was good. It's more of the same. And it just gets boring after a while. And if you're looking at February to do the fight now, the only real silver lining in association with it being in February is that allows you more time to promote it. It does allow you more time to promote that fight and try to make it appealing and attractive and get people excited about it again, because I really don't think that many people are excited. The fact that the Wilder buys are estimated to be under 100,000, you really have to wonder, what does this pay-per-view do? Can this pay-per-view bring in something more substantial than what Wilder put in, than what Wilder just brought in with Robert Hellenius? Because these fans that I would have thought were more sentimental, they didn't really show up in the numbers. They really didn't. And, you have to wonder how many fans are really going to buy this fight. You do have to wonder. They wanted us to believe that this fight was on the level of Canelo versus Golovkin. I still don't believe that. Now I'm starting to wonder if this fight can at least hit 300,000 buys. I'm starting to wonder about that. Ring, notice how IDEX, Spence, and Dawn came out today in sync to spread lies and propaganda. Yeah, of course, bro, of course. You could set your watch by their movements, that they want it to be his fault, when it's like, no, bro. The onus to make this fight a reality is on you guys and no one else. Crawford is not, come on, B. Come on. Nobody believes that shit no more, man. Letitia Crawford, Crawford's sister, she said that she's privy to information, the only information that matters, and I do believe her, because it's uncharacteristic of Crawford to be out of the ring this long. He's never out of the ring this long, It's only when he had to deal with you guys that this stuff happens, and it's semblant of everything we get from you guys. Sparse schedules of activity, Twitter wars, just all this childish silliness, and it's I wonder if anybody's even excited about the fight anymore, because now it's just like a running gag. Are you ever going to do this fight? Look at how much we've gotten while we were waiting for this fight. And I say it all the time. We've seen Chocolatito and Estrada, or we will have seen them fight 3 times. We will have seen Wilder and Fury fight 3 times. Golovkin and Canelo fight 3 times. We saw Shields versus Marshall. We saw Serrano versus Taylor. We saw Baumgartner versus Mayer. We got a lot of fights while we were waiting for this one. And this one is supposed to be the big one, you know, and it's ridiculous, man. Like, it really is. But, you know, and I wonder about the Showtime situation, the doomsday clock, because that is a very real thing that's going on. The consolidation effort from Paramount to simply migrate content from Showtime over to Paramount and just phase out Showtime. Possibly that's a possibility. I wonder why Showtime seems to be waiting till early next year to start doing a lot of fights like Charlo versus Zoo and Crawford versus Spence, and I think they said David Benavidez's next fight is in January also. I believe that they're gonna re-up. That's what they're waiting for. The new budget will come in to finance these fights, because I do believe that the well is running dry. We're at the end of the year. We're in October. There are only 2 months left in the year, so I imagine that they've spent most of the budget that they got at the beginning of the year, which is probably why they can't finance. Maybe they can't finance a lot of these fights. Maybe that's what it is. But it still accents the limitations that I've been saying they have, that like the numbers are down, so in all likelihood the budget is down. You know, you're not getting the same money annually that you used to put on cards, because the network isn't getting the kind of metrics that they want from those cards. It's common sense. When you put on a Sebastian Fundora fight and it doesn't even bring you 300,000 views, I don't imagine that's very important to Showtime's bottom line. I don't imagine it is, you know? So, you know, it really is more of the same. And, you know, we're getting we will have seen Tyson Fury fight Derek Chisora 3 times, Tyson Fury fight Wilder 3 times, waiting for this fight. And it's absolutely ridiculous. It honestly is. It's just absolutely ridiculous. So I'm going to open up the chat to the panel. Shout out to Napoli. Appreciate that, bro. You know what I mean? And it's just, it's like the fact that people are still willing to have arguments about this when it's so obvious that, look, it's the PBC that's fumbling. I don't know what you think they are. I don't know why you hold them so near and dear to your heart. But honest to God, they're fumbling this because it's on them to do it. There's no Bob to blame. There's no Top Rank to blame. There's no ESPN to blame. For 4 years, you said that this guy was the biggest draw in boxing, and a lot of things, the biggest draw in the welterweight division, I should say, that he would eclipse Canelo. Do you remember those videos when they used to say that Errol Spence would eclipse Canelo Alvarez? Has that happened yet? Al is going to hold out on the big fights till another network commits to his geezer stable. It could very well be that way. I've heard that. I believe it was Alexis who raised that scenario as a possibility, that he could be using these big fights to leverage a new deal with a new platform. We'll see, you know what I mean? We'll see. But it's tired, bro. Like all the things that make a fight attractive are absent because these guys are inactive. You want to see the best versus the best when they're at their best. And there's a feeling like, well, Crawford's in his mid-30s and he hasn't fought the whole year. Is he even going to be at his best? And what about Errol? He's only fought once. By the time you do this fight, how long will he have been out of the ring? What, 11 months? It's ridiculous, you know? It's just ridiculous. And it's tired, you know? It's just tired. I think the silver lining, and I say this all the time, is that we are getting a nice, comprehensive schedule of fights that are very entertaining fights, like Zapata versus Prograis. That's being billed as a pay-per-view. I'm curious what the price point is. I am. But if it's moderately priced, I'm definitely buying it. I'm definitely buying it if it's moderately priced, because it's a good fight. It's that good a fight, and both boys deserve the money because at least they're getting out there and fighting, which is more than I can say for some fighters. You know, we're getting Bivol versus Ramirez, an excellent fight. Cameron versus McCaskill, an excellent fight. We're getting Shotgun Shannon O'Connell versus Ebony Bridges, excellent fight. Jonas versus DK, excellent fight. Love the fight. Love Jonas. I heard that the legend Ronnie Boy Fresh got into it with Errol. Oh, yeah, I seen that. I seen that, but I don't think much of Errol Spence Jr. He's not a fighter that I would get starstruck over. I don't. Uh, I feel like he single-handedly ruined the welterweight division. I do feel like he ruined it, trying to propagate this illusion that he was a bigger draw than he actually is. It's ridiculous, bro. Like, y'all spent so much time talking up this dude to be something that he ain't, only so that when push came to shove, he can't deliver on a deadline. The deadline was this year, man. You had a year to do this thing. You fought Ugas months ago. What the fuck? What the fuck? Canelo Alvarez done lost a fight and won a fight, and the time is taking you to do this one fucking fight. Just this one fucking fight. And you're not going to convince me it's Crawford, man. You're not. It's not Crawford. It's just fucking ridiculous, man. There's no other word for it. It's fucking ridiculous. We done seen so many fights that we were waiting for, just waiting for this fight. And it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So they're looking at February. And the silver lining of a February date, it allows them more time to promote the fight. And if I were the one promoting this fight, if I were the one in charge of making it an attractive fight, an appealing fight, the marketing angle that I would choose is, well, it seems to be falling on Black History Month. So you can use the fight, the angle, to sell the fight as excellence in Black history. These are two homegrown American fighters. They're two of the best of their sport, two of the best of their era, two of the best of their division. And you use that angle to try to galvanize the fight fans to get excited about this fight again. If you have imagination, it really doesn't take much. But I've always said that boxing, at least in some sectors, is run by dinosaurs that have no ingenue and no imagination, that there are legitimate angles that you can explore to make this fight attractive again and get people excited about it again. Because right now it's seeming like cold product. It's ridiculous, man. It's completely ridiculous. And we'll see. I'm going to open up the chat to the panel in a few and just get a couple of takes on that. But that's the angle that I would use. That is the angle that I would use to try to just get people excited about the fight, That's one way you can go about it because of the month that they're looking at in order to do it. They're looking at February, so. I'm like number 25, hit that button. Speaking of dinosaurs, this should have happened. You're telling me, man. I know there's a DAZN show. I know, but I just wanted to go live real quick because I only uploaded one episode of the relay today, so I just wanted to get some extra content out there, But yeah, it's just ridiculous, man. Like we should have got this fight already. And they kicked off the press conference for Fury versus Chisora, and it went exactly as I said it would. The marketing angle that they're choosing. But you're not going to entice people to buy a fight based on that. You're just not. That's right, Rafa. Jalo, for those that don't know, hold on, let me post another link, bro. It's just ridiculous, man. That's the most I can say. Because it's not even the most expensive fight to make. That's what makes it ridiculous. This is not an $80 million, $100 million fight. I don't even know if it's a $50 million fight. Yeah, I seen that too, Smokey, that they put a gag order on Chisora. Why would they put a gag order on him? Like, what could he say that requires a gag order? What could he have to say? Could it be details of the quote negotiations for Joshua versus Fury?
What's goody, Jules? How you doing, man?
Details of
what's up, man?
What's goody? Let me address games you love. He said AJ didn't want the fight. AJ didn't want the fight. I got it, bro. Right, so you're a Fury guy. Understood. I hope you're buying Fury versus Chisora. Then I hope you enjoy that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I hope you enjoy that. Like, if you're gullible enough to still believe shit that guy says, hey, fuck it. Why should I argue with you?
Yeah. Let me tell you this, Jules. With Spence and Crawford, I've been tired of this shit. It's come to a point. It's stale bread.
It's not exciting, bro. It's not exciting. Like, it's
stale bread. We should be on the third fight by now.
Agreed. Shout out
Oh,
to
yeah.
my man D Styles, Dragon Styles in the building. Appreciate you. Just did the round table. Y'all check that out when y'all get the chance. And yeah, I'm with Napoli, man. The things that make a fight exciting are not present when it comes to that fight because you want the fighters to be at their best. That's what you want. And when they're sitting out this long, that's not the message that communicates. Crawford hasn't even fought this year. Errol fought once. By the time he comes back, how many months will that have been? 11?
Mhm.
Damn,
Yeah.
another year.
It's
Damn near a year, bro.
It's ludicrous that they're waiting and dragging it out this damn long.
It is, man. And
I mean, and for Earl to actually try to like shift the blame on Bud, do you think we're fucking stupid? Like, do you really think anybody's actually going to believe that?
Yeah, what happened to being A-side? What happened to being the big fish?
exactly. Like, if this is how the big fish at welterweight operates, then he ain't that big a fucking fish.
Nope.
Mhm.
Big fish usually get fights done in a timely fashion, like Canelo.
I'll tell you what he is. He a goldfish. That's what he is.
The
Maybe-
fucking goldfish, man.
I got a gut feeling, and this is just a wild guess. In the next couple years, I have a feeling PBC is gonna go kaput. Out
Good.
of
I hope
business.
so. I hope so.
I hope so,
let, me,
too.
let me address this. Chisora is the best available sellable. All right, then, buy the fight, bro. Why you telling me? Buy the shit, then, bro. It's a pay-per-view in your country. Buy it.
Enjoy it for real.
Yeah, enjoy that shit, bro. Don't say I'm not.
I won't be
It's
paying.
not
I
a
won't even be
pay-per-view.
watching it.
Nah, because it's not even a pay-per-view over here, so I ain't got to worry about what it is. You over there, bro. You enjoy it, bro. Buy that shit or go to the fight, yo.
I won't even be watching it. So,
But what about Joyce?
Bro, I mean, look, whatchamacallit made a lot of excuses when they brought up Joyce's name. He was getting upset, Frank Warren, when a lot of the reporters, more than one, at least 3 interviews that I saw, he was getting flustered and he was getting angry when people were asking him, well, why this guy, why not that guy? And the fanboys like the game guy in the comments, you can do that till you're blue in the face. Ultimately, people are either going to buy the fight or they're not going to buy the fight. Personally, I don't think they're going to buy the fight. I don't. People aren't stupid.
So Jules, like Frank Warren was getting mad because a reporter was questioning him that he wants the lineal heavyweight champion, the WBC heavyweight champion, the undefeated heavyweight champion, former unified champion, to fight an actual legit contender. Is that what we're saying? That Frank?
I mean, that's basically what it is. Look, I've said this many times, Jay, that Fury doesn't have the drawing power to carry a show on his own. He needs a dance partner, and that's why Chisora is here. That's why he's here, because they're hoping that he can help them generate some more business because he does have a following. People know him, people like him. But that's basically
he puts asses in seats. Of course,
and it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if you hadn't beat the guy already 2 times. You beat him already. That's what makes him frivolous.
It would have made sense that they had like a draw and a loss between each other. For example, you know what I'm saying?
Some fucking reason to revisit this fight other than Fury wants to line his pockets, but he doesn't have enough marquee value to do it on his own. Because that's basically what it is.
Now, fellas, like, I know this is not going to happen, but can you just imagine if Derek Chisora knocked out Fury?
I told you, I'm going to run outside my dick out and go streaking. I'm even kidding, bro. If Chisora was to win that fight, I'm going to pull my dick out and run around outside.
Bro, that'd be the upset of the fucking decade.
No, if that happens, that's going to be like the orgasm heard around the world by Jules.
I have to change my pants, bro. It's going to be too good. It's going to be too good. Right, but in all seriousness, nobody really thinks that's going to happen. If it were to happen, it would be great. Yeah. But I mean, nobody thinks that's going to happen, and it's frivolity. This is how boxing kind of gets in its own way. You have fighters that want to fight at fixed rates when the interest, i.e., the money, it's not fixed, bro. The interest that you might have got with Dillian White. Well, you're not going to get that same interest for a fucking Chisora fight because you fucking fought him already, bro. Like,
fought him twice and beat him twice.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah,
years ago.
Mm-hmm.
If the interest isn't fixed, the money isn't fixed. But you want to fight at a fixed rate. So they're putting this on pay-per-view when it shouldn't be. By all rights, this should be a freebie. Should be a freebie on BT Sport.
Because we all know Tyson wants to work for his money. Like, how much work is this going to be, really? You know, I mean, you could take a reduced few million for this. You know what I mean? You ain't got to be paid up the nose. for a fight like this.
Well, you know, it's a tune-up fight, and
It is. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, probably
fight.
Yeah,
it's a tune-up fight, and the weird thing is, and I just talked about this with D Styles and J Habib and Cali and them on the round table, that, you know, it's not like Derek Chisora is a carbon copy of Usyk. If you were really preparing for Usyk, you get yourself a moving target who's elusive, preferably a southpaw. Yep. Whereas you're getting a guy that's going to bring the fight to you. So is it even really a tune-up?
What's wrong with
He has to jump in the time machine and fight Chris Bird.
Like, what's wrong with an G-Cab-IL? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that would have made more sense than this shit.
Thank you.
Cab-IL is a good fighter. You know what I mean? Like,
he's a fighter.
Very athletic, a good, you know, skillful, you know, very, very good.
But you know what the problem is with Cab-IL. If you get Cab-IL, right, it's a tough sell, even though it makes sense, and it's not even a bad choice. But if you get Cab-IL, you have to carry the show off your own name, and you can't do that because it will flop.
It's a lot of weight on Tyson Fury's shoulders. He can't carry.
He can't sell it by himself.
I mean, it's still gonna flop though. Now though, like, who's really buying it?
Well, they're hoping. No, you're not wrong, but they're hoping that because it's Chisora, it won't flop.
Hey, Jules. Tim Sheehy says, well, I mean, it is Wilder versus hepatitis, but it's definitely a tune-up.
Wilder versus Robert Hepatitis.
Oh, my God.
Robert Hepatitis, yeah. That's great.
By the way, quick shout out to Shanika Johnson. By the way, I just want to say that.
I also wanted to bring up, Michaela's having a bit of a tantrum. Well, you know, Alicia's been ribbing her at least. She's been ribbing her for the last, you know, about, I'll say maybe 8 hours. She's been ribbing her, and there's people that they go along with it, and I can't say this enough. You know, you can't scream robbery because Alicia had no advantages in that promotion. It wasn't a Matchroom show. Matchroom actually had nothing to do with the show. Eddie Hearn wasn't even there. He was in Australia.
He had no hand in the promotion, so she can't cry robbery.
You know,
she looks foolish.
I mean, like everybody crying robbery. Like, well, you are aware that Alicia was the away fighter, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's
you know that.
Like, if anybody, you know, the offer came from Michaela, you know, so when I say that she's the house fighter, she's the fucking house fighter, bro, okay? You heard the Sky commentary, right? She's the fucking house fighter, for better or worse. She has the advantage. If anybody's at home or more at home than someone else, it would be Michaela, because the offer came from her to Alicia, so Alicia had no advantages with the judges. No favoritism. 6'4" Alicia Baumgartner. You don't like it because Michaela is sour fucking grapes. That's all it is. You're sore fucking losers. You picked the wrong horse because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about or what the fuck you're looking at. Anybody with eyes could have seen Alicia's got the tools.
I always thought so.
And I thought Mayer didn't take her seriously. She never did. Never did.
What roundtable were you in?
Say that again?
El Coto's asking what roundtable discussion you were in.
That was on Ringside Reporter with D Styles, J Habib, Cali X, Manny, Base the Kid. We was just chopping it up just now about, you know, last week's stuff, recapping them last weekend stuff, and, you know, the Chisora Fury thing, which I don't want to spend too much time on because I already did a segment on it. But just, you know, in reference to the Baumgartner thing, listen, man, all right? She won the fight, period, all right? And if the shoe was on the other foot, I can't say it enough. If Michaela would have won a tight decision, there's no rematch, bro. She goes into the Choi fight. That's what she would do. So the fact that y'all want to be crybabies about the shit and try to throw a tantrum, hey, look, if that shit make you feel better, do it. But there ain't going to be a rematch.
Mayer is crying Mayer is crying rematch, but if the shoe was on the other foot, Mayer would have been like, man, you know, fuck Alicia. I'm not giving her a rematch.
She would have did.
She would have blown her off.
She would have did to Alicia what she did to Maiva. You would have blew her off and went for the next belt. So why are we pretending? A lot of y'all motherfuckers is just mad that y'all got it wrong. And I'm laughing at a lot of y'all motherfuckers because y'all love to talk shit. Y'all let her talk shit. When it's your turn, y'all don't want to take it. Like, man.
Yep, they're gonna deflect and
you
deflect.
better shut the fuck up and watch Ring IQ. That's what you better do, you dumb motherfuckers. Alexa, what the fuck did I tell you? Same shit I told you about Taylor and Serrano. Sour grapes, motherfucker. Sour grapes. Sour grape.
I'll tell you what Michaela could do.
Robbery. All you want. It won't change the outcome.
Nope.
Gotta make wine out of that sour grapes.
And I was thinking about the wonderful Alicia Baumgartner and how let me talk, don't interrupt me. I believe that she has all the tools to defeat Amanda Serrano. Even though I think Amanda's a great fighter, it's quite clear to me that movement definitely affects her power. If she can't set her feet, she can't draw power from the ground up, the power is not the same, and sometimes it's not even there. That's why Sarah Mahfoud was able to go the distance. She did a couple of pivots, couple of shifts, shifted her weight from her back foot, turning, and that kept her in the fight, even though she lost wide, but it did keep her in the fight. And I feel that Alicia is a more dynamic fighter with more tools, that she can beat Serrano perhaps even more comfortably than Katie Taylor did.
And she has sneaky power. That's another
power
thing.
And speed. She's got speed too, and length. So I like Baumgartner versus Serrano. I like Baumgartner versus Taylor. I know that a lot of people, they're obviously picking Alicia to beat Choi. I'm definitely picking Alicia to beat Choi. But
I pick Alicia to stop Choi. Easy.
Yeah, and the thing is that she has options. Michaela's talking this money stuff like, oh, you're not going to get the money. Like, bro, what do you think she broke or like you still talking like this broke shit? Like she needs you for bread, bro. She got bread, bro. She's cool. As far as some money, she cool.
She be all right.
She be all right.
By the way, Jules, like I saw your snippets of your relay vid of the Choi versus who she fought. What's that girl's name that she just fought?
Vanessa Bradford.
What I saw in that fight was kind of alarming, and I just want to say that if Choi steps in the ring with Alicia, she's history.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Alicia's
she's too slow.
It's that what people are going to try to do now, right? This is what's going to happen. They're going to try to talk down the Choi fight, but if Mayer had won the fight, they wouldn't talk down the Choi fight. They wouldn't talk it down. They'd say, oh, it's on. So it's like, look, y'all motherfuckers just got to hold that L. That's what y'all got to do.
That's right.
You know what, though?
Hold that L and smoke it.
Baumgartner and Mayer would both smoke Choi, dude.
Oh, yeah, I don't doubt that.
Yeah.
But see, my thing is that what I don't like is when the energy is not. Because I like, really, I'm gonna be real. I hate inconsistent people. If Michaela would have got the decision and my homie would have lost, I'd have just had to eat that. I would have because I got integrity. I cannot lie. I can't do it. So I would have just had to eat that. But the homie won, and y'all want to act like it's supposed to. No, it's not different, all right? If Michaela would have won, she would have won after Choi. Alicia won, so she's going after Choi. What's the problem?
Yeah, and back a couple of years ago when Choi was supposed to fight Hamadouche, I picked Hamadouche.
No, I'm gonna tell you what, Mark. I think she stops Choi based on what I saw in the Bradford fight. I honestly believe she stops Choi because she's gonna hit her with something that she doesn't see, likely a looping right, a counter right. She's gonna counter that lazy jab with the looping right. And it'll be harder and faster than anything Choi's been hit with. Don't forget the Salgado fight. Salgado had her looking weird. Bradford was connecting with funny-looking shots earlier this week. I think Baum stops her. I think she stops her,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, she's incredibly slow. And
get Ronnie Boy fresh up here. Let's get some Ronnie Boy in the building. I ain't talked to him in a minute. Let's get some Ronnie Boy in the building. If Michaela's smart, and Georgia Ruiz, I think this is what they should do. You're not going to get the Baumgartner rematch, so what you need to do is be a step ahead. And the best thing you can do now is target the winner of Jessica Kamara versus Deanna Santana at 147 pounds for the WBA title. Why do you do that? Because Terry Harper and Natasha Jonas, they're not going to stay at 154. They're
going back down. Yeah.
They're going to end up going back down. And if you have a belt, those are fights that you can have that are big fights that get the both of y'all paid. Get all of you, whether it's you versus Terry or you versus Natasha, you can do it on Sky. So that's what Michaela needs to do for now. You're not getting Taylor, all right? So cut the fucking crap. You're not getting Taylor, all right? And Alicia, fuck, she's not fucking giving you the rematch, okay? So fuck you. She's not giving you that. Maybe later, but not now, okay? That's just the fucking way it is. I don't make the rules, all right? Well, actually, I do, but still, all right?
Yeah.
All this welterweight talk, I feel like it should be cooled down a bit because I think Jessica McCaskill would probably beat Michaela up, to be honest.
I mean, well, the other thing about that, you know, and I do agree with you that McCaskill versus Mayer is an excellent fight. It's a dangerous fight, but Jessica still has 3 belts at that weight. You know, she didn't lose them all. She just, you know, WBA is vacant.
What happened with that? Why she dropped that one?
I don't even fucking know, bro, because I thought Alma Ibarra was the mandatory for the WBA, so why'd she drop that one? I don't know.
Well, obviously she has a reason, but nobody knows why.
I'm gonna ask Rick about this shit. Ron,
it's me.
Errol Spence is a booze hound. He's a booze hound. I know. And the word of a wino cannot be trusted. The great Letitia Crawford.
Slim. I don't understand why people believe this motherfucker, Mo. Like I was like, when was it cool to believe anything a drunk say? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Well, I'm like, the dude is like, he legit the wino of welterweight. Like he the wino outside the bodega.
So, Jules, are you saying
yo, that's hilarious.
Are you saying hey, Jules, are you
he's a
saying,
wino with hands.
Are you saying he's Ned the wino of the welterweight division?
He's the wino of welterweight outside the bodega with the Budweiser on a milk crate. That's Spence. That's Spence.
He's now Ned.
Not a Budweiser.
All right, a White Claw.
A Steel Reserve.
Matter of fact, you know what he drinking? Night Train. Fuck a White Claw. Fuck a Budweiser. He's drinking Night Train. He drinking Wild Goose out there.
All jokes aside, people get mad at me because I don't break down the way Bud is going to beat Earl. I was like, I don't need to break it down. Bud ain't losing to a drunk. I'm just not. Hell no. That's how I break it down. It's simple as that.
I got a random corny joke. What's the difference between Felix Trinidad and Errol Spence?
What?
Oh no!
Felix Trinidad is Tito, and Errol Spence drinks Tito's.
It wasn't even. But the thing is, it wasn't even for him to even do that. I was talking to the dude who owed me bread because half these motherfuckers owe me money. Half these motherfuckers on boxing Twitter, especially all the Dallas Pirate fans, they owe me money because the fight ain't getting made in 2022. That's what dude tagged me in that shit, and then Earl ran with it. But you can tell that Earl been seeing my tweets. It built up. You see what I'm saying?
And Ron didn't fold. He told us to announce Austin Trout. That shit was hilarious.
Is Drew in here?
Nah, Drew not in here.
Oh, okay. As Drew, Drew wasn't now. We was both in the Mandalay Bay. We wasn't together though. But I told him, I was like, I was right sitting across from Earl when he ran out that bitch. He ran out the Mandalay Bay. People was like, you won't say it to his face. Say what? Why he ducking Bud? And is he still drinking? Why won't I say that? What's gonna happen?
Exactly. Like that. I mean, like
I don't get it. These motherfuckers think I'm a troll. How I'm a troll if I'm at boxing events? I'm easy to be found, Mo.
Like I'm gonna say this because we're of age. Me, Ronnie, we of age. It ain't like he calling Errol a bitch or some.
I don't even cuss on Twitter.
Yes, you see what I mean? It's simple that look, we in 2022. There's only 2 months left, and the fight is not done. And that's what I thought was going. Like, no, the fight not gonna happen this year, bro. It ain't gonna happen. And I've been saying it before. Like I said, look. If they gonna do this thing, they got to move fast because you need time to promote the show, and there's not a lot of time to promote that show. That's just looking at the lay of the land and the amount of time left in the year. What y'all talking about, November, bro? It ain't enough time to promote no goddamn shit in November.
Yeah, but
think about this. But think about this, Jules. They sitting here talking about they thinking about stacking a card in December. How you gonna stack the card in December with no money?
With no money. You know what I think they waiting on, Lauren? I think they waiting on because we don't know when specifically, and I see just like how many cards they waiting to do them next year. You know, Charlo versus Zul, Benavidez versus Uzcategui, Crawford and Spence. I see that, and I'm like, yo, Showtime is probably waiting for the new budget to come in. That's probably what they waiting for. Like,
they're waiting. Yeah, I believe it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like they probably waiting for the new budget because I'm like, it got to be a reason you holding out all these fights until early next year. What happens early next year? Showtime probably get the new budget. That's probably what they waiting for because they ain't got the money to pay for none of that shit right now.
Can I say something?
Go ahead, Leo.
I think everyone here knows this in some degree. The Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford is financially dead. He has been dead for a long time.
Yeah,
you cannot meet the financial expectation of the fighters, and the PBC as a promotional company has killed the fight in 4 years.
Facts.
Yep. And going on to 5, you cannot expect to do a fight with another guy from another promotional company when you are shutting him down systematically, because it's not only the Danny Garcias and the Kid Thurmans that didn't want to fight him. You refuse to show him in your graphics, in your metrics, and that's unacceptable because you're trying to say face, okay, but if you cannot even mention the guy, how the people that watch your promotional company, your network, are gonna know this guy is legit? They don't know, and the guys that actually follow these guys, they go to YouTube channels and other type of networks, and the only thing they hear is this guy is trash.
Yeah, or that Errol doesn't need him. I mean, I've maintained that stance that the last 4 years of welterweight quote unquote action, they haven't been built up for a super fight. You were just looking for alternatives, and now you're painted in a corner because you don't have that many super fights you can make. This is really one of the
remember, Drew, they thought the Pacquiao fight was going to save Errol.
They did, and then
that they put all their eggs in that basket, and
karma's a bitch. Karma's a bitch.
The operational
cost. One at a time. Let Drew go one at a time. Go ahead, Drew.
Being conservative, the operational cost for Spence Crawford now is anywhere between $20 and $30 million,
perhaps.
And
but I don't think it.
And at the end of the year, Jules, they're going to do the budget, and they're going to see like, where's all this money going? Showtime. With the merger talk, and who's to say, Jules, the budget isn't even smaller next year?
That's the thing, Drew. That we don't know specifically. Remember that the president, the Nevin guy, he left quick. So whatever I get the sense that based on how he left and when he left, he's anticipating something that may be right around the corner. That's how I took that. They're like, damn, if you left now, and it's only
the ship is sinking.
And Jules, for conservative sake, let's say they keep boxing another year. Who's to say the budget don't get smaller next year?
And that's what I'm getting at. That basically we don't know when specifically they would look to phase Showtime out, though it does feel like it's soon, but perhaps it's not as soon as next year. So Stefan and Showtime are waiting for the budget to come in so they can start paying for some of these fights. Because
it's already starting with Paramount and Showtime because I have Paramount, and I got a notification a couple weeks ago that I could get Paramount with Showtime for like $2 more. And I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna spend the extra $10 on Showtime alone. So I scrapped that and I just went right to the
package. They got a bundle deal right now.
They bundle it. Yep.
They just launched Sky Showtime, which is basically Paramount Plus over there in places in the UK and in Europe, not just the UK. And let's just be honest, fellas, like half of the fan base, if they're waiting for Wilder fights tickets to be given for free, they're not going to go to Vegas and pay like me and Ron do to go see Crawford or Porter.
Right.
Look, let's talk about, very briefly, because I got a segment that I already prepared on it, but we're talking about, and I honestly believe, Drew, Ron, I don't know what y'all thought. the Wilder versus Helenius fight was going to do. I got to go to Ron because I ain't talked to him in a while, but I really thought this shit going to do between 300 and 400. What did you think it was going to do?
I thought it was going to do under 200.
Yeah, because it's a sparring partner.
It just doesn't make. Man, look, man. At the end of the day, the shit is trash, bro. It just is what it is. It's just trash.
But also,
Jules, I think you overestimated the nostalgia factor because nostalgia is a very powerful marketing tool, but that $80 price point is very sobering, and that fucking Helenius shit is very sobering too. Nobody wants to see that.
Yeah, but remember, we're talking about a guy for a perspective. We're talking about a guy who was a part of a fight that actually did sell between 800 and 850,000. And the last time it sold 600,000. So I figured, well, can he do half that? And I figured, yeah, he can probably do half that, off his name. He can probably do that. And for you to do what Rick is saying, like,
wait a sec. Okay, but do you really take what Rick says as really like do you like? I'm not gonna say it did great, but
okay. Let me just say this, Isan. One at a time. Wait, let me just say this. Yep. There are two figures out there. They're all in the same neighborhood. One is from Rick, and one is from another credible boxing scribe. I don't want to say too much because, like I said, I already did a segment on it. But there are two figures out there, and they're in the same neighborhood, bro.
Yeah, like honestly, like. I don't think it did well. Don't get me wrong. It's just that I get what you mean. Like use it as like a ballpark range kind of thing. But I just don't live and swear by what Rick says.
If there's two sources, the answer's in the middle.
That's what I mean, bro.
Yeah, I hear that. Definitely, I hear that.
But my whole thing is this: do we even know what was the attendance?
We don't know.
Yeah, I didn't hear that either. I was confused. I thought I was
do we think about this?
I mean, if you check
go ahead, Ron.
Think about this. Are we sure that Wilder is a bigger draw than Davis? Because he packed that motherfucker out.
Ron, they had the figures after the fight, like UFC.
Exactly. You see what I'm getting at? You see exactly what I'm getting at.
But then, what that means, because you have to realize when you're a part of a fight that does a $19 million gate, and the Wilder versus Fury second fight, it did a $19 million gate. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of people. You see what I mean? And you sold 600,000 at least with the trilogy. For you to go from that to this is crazy, bro.
But Drews, you forgot one thing. Tell us about the weigh-in. Tell us about who was in that audience.
I don't know, but Jules, you kind of got to take in this factor too.
No, we heard who was in the crowd, who was cheering. We heard all that shit.
Yeah, that's right. There was
you know who carried that shit? That's all I'm getting at.
Yeah.
I mean, look, man, it's dramatic because if you were to gauge things based on the amount of mentions that he gets on boxing Twitter, you feel me? The amount of metrics that a Wilder video gets on certain channels that have a certain number of subscribers, you honestly would have thought that he was a bit more popular or more of a driving force. That's a really bad number, bro.
That's a bad that.
Yeah. So I was told if you check the tickets, the available tickets a day before the fight, everything but the nosebleeds are still available. Everything but the nosebleeds are still available. And to your point about boxing Twitter, it's a fucking paper tiger. They're just loud idiots. And I think it's been proven at this point that these fuckers don't buy fights and they don't go to fights.
And you know what was really hilarious too is all the hardcore Wilder fans were all, he's back. This should be celebrated. And I'm like, oh my God.
He's back.
Yeah, and then they opened up buff streams.
He's back to he's back to bum bashing.
But now going forward from that Wilder flopping. Why is Fox or Showtime, whoever okays the guarantee, why are they going to guarantee Spence and Crawford X amount when Wilder, who's the proven pay-per-view guy, did shit?
Apples and oranges, Drew, because that was a Fox pay-per-view, whereas Spence and Crawford is supposed to be on Showtime. My question is, moving forward, does Wilder go back to Showtime?
Yeah, I mean,
why would he shut it down?
He's an idiot if he does. There's no money there. Just take the ass.
He's the reason why they blew the budget the first time.
One at a time, fellas.
My bad, but he was the reason. he was the reason they blew the budget 2 years ago with the Brazil fight.
That is true. That is
Yeah.
true. But all right, the options that are out there for Wilder, you know, all the different options, because there are options. It's just that some are more realistic than others. He's not going to go to DAZN to fight AJ. I mean, he's not.
Man, see, that's that bullshit.
Why
would Wilder go back to Showtime if Showtime is on its way out?
Bro, where's he gonna go then?
You know where he's
If
going.
he won the bag, he gotta go
fight on Twitter, man.
I'm gonna tell you where he's
exactly. He should just go get the bag, go get beat up by AJ, and then retire.
No. You alluded to it last month. You alluded to it last month, Jules. Shelly's gonna call Frank. They're gonna take him over there on BT Sport.
To the UK, yeah, absolutely. Daniel Dubois.
He can't go to BT Sports. Let me tell you why.
Joe Joyce or somebody.
No, he got to fight Joe Joyce over there at BT Sports.
Too.
That's got to be in the contract because Joe Joyce run that BT Sports shit right now.
Let me say this, and I said this before. I don't really. Joe Joyce is a dangerous fight. I honestly believe that's a dangerous fight. The name that Shelly Finkel asked for by name, because he's cool with Frank, he asked for Daniel Dubois. All right, and I said. I don't know about Joe Joyce, even though I like that fight, but I could see Wilder versus Dubois.
Of course. See that to me, that doesn't even make sense. That seemed like a cherry pick.
It is a cherry pick, but Wilder
because he don't cherry pick, Ron.
Yeah, right? He's gonna pick the guy.
You know what kind of cherries he picks. You know his history with cherry picking.
He's gonna pick the guy that lost to Joyce,
especially if it's on BT. Because Joe Joyce running commercials like shit on BT.
But Wilder's first fight going over to the UK like that, headlining, it'll sell. It'll fill up the O2.
Oh no! I'm sure it will. I'm not knocking his.
So that's the thing. Like we were saying, Ron, we've been saying for a while, the money ain't in America no more, fellas.
Right, go to the UK.
There's no money here. Like there's not right now. I guess the good thing, and I like the numbers that I'm seeing from Devin, for example. Because he got almost 1 million with that rematch. I'm surprised even that many people tuned in because of the first
that
fight.
Shocked me.
That to me that was a good number because it's like, well, people saw what the first fight looked like, but they still
and they still look at that shit.
And what's happening with the young guys like Devin, like Shakur, I pay attention to the metrics that they bring. And it's good because they're starting their own storyline, Devin, Shakur, Loma, that don't got nothing to do with this old bullshit. Wilder, they got their own shit, their own little beefs. You know, Shakur got the little beef with Devin and all this. It's beautiful. So that when they fight, it's a fresh set of eyes and a fresh
like right now, Jules, Devin could pull up to the Catterall Taylor fight ringside, pull up, cause the scene. That fight does 700 to 1 million pay-per-view buys in the UK. That'll get him a bigger payday. That him fighting Taylor in the UK is a bigger payday than Lomachenko or Teo here in America.
And that's what I was telling people a couple days ago. I was like, y'all worried about Loma. As far as I'm concerned, I think the pay-per-view fight is going to be Taylor and Lopez. They're going to start it off with Lopez and then Taylor.
Let me say this. See, this is the thing. That, and we just talked about this on the round table, which I think is true. See, Devin may have outgrown 135. It's possible that he has, but the threat level versus what you stand to make for a fight is actually, there's less of a threat at 135 than there is at 40. That's all killers up there, bro. That is all
and less money
all the time and less money. Whereas Loma, he's Loma and all of that and making the weight is hard, but he is a little guy and he is a guy who's getting older. So what do? Do you do the pay-per-view with Loma at 35 or do you go up there for less money with these guys?
I don't think it's going to be less money though. That's
because he's going to outrun them by a mile.
It's only less money if he tries to fight one of them guys over here.
Jules, I got a question.
If he goes to fight Taylor over there, that's big money.
I'm not falling. You know what I think is going to be the less money? This is what I honestly think he's going to do. I think he's going to fight Comey. It's going to be his tune-up at 140. And then he's going to fight either Lopez or Taylor on a pay-per-view.
No. His tune-up at 140.
Also, Prograis versus Zepeda.
His tune-up at 140 is going to be Pedraza after Teo beats him.
Can I ask you guys a question?
That's disgusting.
Go ahead, country.
Do you think that the American boxers that will be going over to UK to fight there, do you think the British fans because they got more of their shit together than us here in America as far as being boxing fans. Do you think they'll get together and like be more supportive of American fighters over there?
Perhaps
if they go over there and fight than we
If you're
are.
good, yeah. If you're
No,
good,
see, this is the thing. Countries raising a good point because of this. Those fighters over there in the United Kingdom, for the most part, are accustomed to seeing their fighters travel abroad for opportunities. So if they see that the shoe is on the other foot, that Americans are willing to go over there. Look at what happened with Shields. They were booing her when she came in, but they were cheering her when she left out.
Right.
Yep.
They've taken AB as well.
Exactly. So, but this is the other thing, though. You know, Bob gave Crawford, and I said this on the round table. Bob gave Crawford $6 million fucking dollars, and he knew that was his last fight. But he gave him $6 million fucking dollars for the Porter fight. All right. Now he's invested in this thing with Loma and Devin and Shakur. He wants it to happen. So I think that he'll probably make Devin a substantial offer if Loma comes through this. If he gets through this.
Yeah.
Probably make him a look, stay at lightweight, one more fight, and it'll be a pay-per-view, get your big guarantee, plus some upside if there is an upside. I think he wants to see this thing through because at 40, the Lopez fight is not immediate. It's not right away. You're talking about maybe 2 to 3 fights into 140.
Hey, Jules, what'd you think?
I disagree. I disagree with that. I think you're going to see after he get his light touch with Comey, because that's what I think is the leading candidate. If he go to 140, I think Lopez and Haney happen before 2023 is out.
What did you think about Paulie's comments about Devin and about all that?
Look, Paulie's hating, man. Like, I'm sorry to say this. Honestly, look, I had time to think about it and replay it and hear it, and I'm like, look, bro, you picked George to beat him. Don't convince me. You picked George to beat him, okay? It sounds like sour grapes, to be real with you. You sound like you're having a case of sour grapes because you're saying this stuff that, oh, well, don't tell me that because he beat George, that's this. Like, bro, you picked George to beat him.
Was that both times? Yeah. Was that both times?
Yeah.
I don't know about both times. Everybody chill.
I don't even did anybody even make a fucking prediction on the second fight? Did that even go around?
I mean, listen, bro. All I said, and I did say it at least 5 times that I remember, that I'm like, the only thing I see the only difference I see in a rematch that George is he's gonna get hit more because he's gonna take more chances.
All right, Coppinger just broke news that Crawford signed to fight Avanesyan.
What?
Go check Twitter.
Wow.
You're joking.
Steve Kim just texted me.
I don't blame Crawford for that because you know what? They've been stringing along for how long?
And you know what? Gonna be mad on Twitter, and the sad part is that if that's real, this goes right along to what we just was talking about.
Yo, look, I'm reading it now. Nobody say shit. Terrence, I'm gonna read it in my special voice. Terrence Crawford and David Avanesyan have signed contracts for a welterweight fight on December 10th in Omaha. Crawford told ESPN streaming service Black Prime will offer the pay-per-view for $39.95. I'm gonna buy it just because it's blood.
Look at the second.
So basically, I'm going to Omaha.
What you want to say about me?
It's a tune-up. It's a tune-up. Who cares?
Jules, read the second comment.
I'm mad at it.
Read Coppinger's second comment quote from Bud under there.
All right. Bud says, I was really looking forward to the Errol Spence fight. Crawford told ESPN, I started communicating with boxing manager Al Heyman and PBC back in June, and unfortunately, they represent a fighter in Errol Spence who didn't want the fight as bad as I did.
Boom. That ain't no surprise there.
And hold up. And I've been telling people, look out for the Keith announcement. What I've been telling y'all, remember?
Ronnie, everybody shut the fuck up. Ronnie Boy Fresh appreciation moment because he did say that. Bud's not next. He said that, and I just remember he said Bud's not next. Keith is next.
Slim, you said that after the Ugas fight.
Hey, at least
Toza, they will remember. I'll owe that man a fight, man.
At least it's December 10th, so Bud can stay active at least. It'll happen next year, but at least Bud
I could fucking vomit, bro. I swear to God. I could fucking vomit, bro.
Damn, I got to go to Omaha in December, though. Shit.
It's
Ronnie,
blood,
Ronnie,
bro.
can I ask Ronnie a question?
Listen.
No.
Nobody say nothing. I'm talking to the 166 people that are watching this fucking video and the 2,000 that are gonna watch it back. Buy that fucking fight.
Oh yeah.
Buy that fight. Let me talk to him. Buy that fight. It's a $40 fight. It's not because of the fight. It's because Bud been trying to make it happen, and he deserves that patronage. Buy that. I'm buying that fucking fight.
Yeah. It's not bad, actually.
Support the real. You got to support the real.
You gotta don't listen. Shut the fuck up. Don't be like these Wilderettes on Twitter that talk all that shit about I support this and I support that, and they don't fucking support shit, bro. All right, don't be them. Buy this fucking fight. Period. Buy this. I don't care if it's David. It could have been a fucking ham sandwich. Buy this fucking fight.
Now with this, now that we know Crawford is next, do you guys think Spence is gonna drop the IBF and move up?
Now,
bro, this is the thing. The fight may be dead. I'm not joking. Do you know why the fight might be dead? Stanionis is WBA mandatory. Ennis is IBF mandatory. You're fighting Thurman. If you fight Thurman, what happens to them? Do you end up having to drop one of the titles?
And he's going to fight Austin Trout. Spence Trout at 154.
It's fucking ridiculous. You're not, and listen, you fucking sack of shit. If you don't fight okay, you're not fighting Terrence. It better be Stanionis or Ennis, you motherfucker. You fucking motherfucker. It better be Stanionis or Ennis. If it's fucking Thurman, bro, you fucking prick.
It's Enzo Ferrari in a rematch.
Hey, Slim, I might have to. I see a Delta flight right now.
Florian wants to know what Black Prime is.
I'm gonna find out what it is, bro, because I'm buying that fight to support my guy. Shout out to Martin Munoz for supporting me. I appreciate you, bro. You too kind to me. Shout out to my man Martin Munoz for the Cash App donation to the channel. I don't like this. This the shit. This the shit. This is what hurts my soul. Crawford is a generational talent. I firmly believe that. He is not being given the chance to show how great he is because these guys are cowards. They've been cowards. They've been running from him for 4 fucking years. Every excuse in the book to not fight this dude, bro. I've never seen the welterweight division in such disarray because this is one of the glamour weights. This is where Sugar Ray Leonard fought Duran. This is where Felix Trinidad fought Oscar De La Hoya.
That Errol tweet, he told on himself, though. He's like, you know how hard it's been making 146? Like, bruh, no one to not have a nutritionist and a strength and conditioning coach and a blow up in between weight. We know you wait for
stop getting drunk every week.
Exactly.
Yeah, stop partying.
You know what? I will give Earl credit for keeping it 100 on that. He did keep it 100. He said I was a drunk. I was doing all that shit. So I got respect for all that.
I think Errol really got spooked when Bud ran up on him and he see like, damn, Bud's not even got a fight lined up and he in shape right now.
Yeah.
He was drunk tweeting that.
Listen, bro, at the end of the day, there's a strong chance that what this announcement heralds, see, remember, Terrence Crawford has amnesty well into next year of any mandatories, of any outstanding mandatories. They gave him up to 18 months. So October going into next year, because he fought Sean Porter in October of last year, this makes 12 months. He has up to 18 with the WBO before he has to fight another mandatory. Errol Stanionis is at your door. Ennis is at your door. You only got to fight Ugas because the premise was, okay, well, the winner will fight Stanionis afterwards. And I feel like the undisputed aspect of this fight is probably dead. Probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
They won't fight for undisputed. But Dan Raphael said a couple hours ago I was going to say, like 4 hours ago, Dan Raphael said that it was February 4th is the new date. So I don't know if this Avanesyan shit is a tune-up, but I doubt it. I mean, I don't think the time frame works out.
The news, Dan. Look, here's another thing, bro. You need to be wary of Dan Raphael because he's not the Dan Raphael that used to work at ESPN. He said a couple of months ago that Triller has left boxing. A few weeks later, Triller announces a card. His sources are what they used to be, bro. I'm not being funny either.
Yeah, still hasn't released the Wilder Helenius numbers.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that because what's it called? I forgot. I think it was like Isan saying he was wondering about what's Rick Glacier's numbers, and I was just saying I mean, hey man, there's a reason that Dan Raphael and Mike Coppinger have been oddly quiet for this period of time. The last time they were this quiet, I heard Gervonta Davis fucking bombed on pay-per-view.
That was the Isaac Cruz fight, bro. Isaac Cruz fight, bro. Listen, there's 2 sets of numbers out there from 2 separate, not just Rick shit, because I don't swear by Rick. It's just a point of reference. I don't swear by Rick, but there's 2 sets of numbers out there. They're both in the same neighborhood, and I don't think they're both wrong. Like, no, that makes sense. If you heard this and he heard that, the truth is in the middle, like Drew said.
Can you say? Can you say who put the other number out?
Oh yeah, it's Michael Woods, bro.
Oh, would he put it out?
Woods he put it out?
Now, real quick.
Listen, he put out 50, bro.
Oh, now how long does Avanesyan last with Crawford? You want to get some round in, 8 or 9 rounds?
I'll go for 4. I'll go for 4.
Yeah, 4 rounds.
6 or 7. I'm say Crawford is not stupid. He'll carry him for a while because he needs the rounds.
Yeah.
Hey, Ron boy. So rounds 9 through 10, then we betting for the stoppage.
For who?
I don't know. Nah,
Crawford Crawford Avanesyan.
Avanesyan can box. He might. I'm gonna go 10. I probably Bud to stop him at 10.
No, I think if he goes 10, it's because Bud's carrying him. Avanesyan's
but Bud is gonna carry him in Omaha. He haven't fought in Omaha in years, so he's
gonna carry.
He's gonna carry him.
What really makes me sad about this is though that, look, he doesn't have a platform. He doesn't seem to have a promoter, and this is the handiwork of Al Heyman. All of it, everything the welterweight division has become, the ruin and disarray that it's in. It's because of Al Heyman. We there's no reason for this, bro. There is no reason for this dumb shit.
Mm-hmm. What do you make of the timing of Errol's comments and in this announcement? Do you think he was trying to shift lane ahead of it?
He knew. That
he
it's
knew
not in front of it.
Yeah,
he knew.
He knew that. Like by now, Errol knew that. Okay, it's not. Obviously, he knew. Well, it's not happening this year. So he's getting his ducks in order. That's what he was doing. I'm so fucking sick of this fucking fight.
I am. The perfect analogy of this whole thing with Spence and Crawford. I look at it like this, and as a serious hip hop head, I remember years ago, Dr. Dre was supposed to come out with the Detox album. Year after year after year, they kept saying it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out. Guess what? He scrapped it. That's how I look at Spence and Crawford.
I mean, that's where it's at, bro. That's just where it's at.
You waited like 25
years. It's basically
Detox
Dr. Dre's Detox. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know, bro. It's disgusting to me, though. The people that had the balls to go in a comment section and say, yeah, you know what, Spence? You're right. Crawford has never fought anybody as good as fucking Chris Algieri. Have the balls to wonder what's going on now. The fucking
audacity, bro.
I think beating Chris Algieri is something to be proud of. So.
When I saw that looking for because I needed a clip for the assignment, I was like doing a little episode. And I need a transition to show like people talking about being the A side.
Y'all looking at this kid Austin shit?
Yeah. Oh, he beating his ass?
Oh, he just stopped him in the first round. It's over.
Oh shit!
I fucking missed it. The Schofield kid.
Oh, Floyd Schofield. That he's part of the future, the bright future of boxing, right there.
I mean, listen.
Damn,
she got a fat old ass.
Hey, I don't know. You see them Golden Boy joints? Them Golden Boy chicks is ridiculous.
Schofield saw that Al Heyman contract and said, "Fuck that."
They all fell.
I'm saying, look, I want to have a Terrence Crawford appreciation moment because one thing that bothered me is my man. He looked like he wasn't gonna fight this year. I don't give a shit. I'm buying the fight, and I'm glad he's getting a fight in this year so he can stay sharp and stay on his shit. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. And buy the fucking fight, man. Don't be like these bums on Twitter. It's only $40 man. It ain't a lot of money. Buy that fight.
I'm buying it.
I'm buying it. What fight is it, by the way? What
fighting David Avanesyan on fucking shit. What's it called?
But the
Black Crime.
That's gonna be the fight.
That's the same.
David's gonna be up for it while it lasts. So,
but see, that's Man, that's fucked up.
But this says it's worse than what we even know about over there. That lets you know they didn't show Bud the books. It's all bullshit. They're making Uskateki. There's no money over there. It's bad over there.
Where do I go to find? Let me look for this shit now.
But that's the same night.
Yeah, it's a pay-per-view service
night though. Damn.
Man, this shit. What is this shit?
I didn't even heard of that. What
is it called? It's a pay-per-view service. It's a pay-per-view service. They put it on like Roku and shit. They put boxing on there before.
Oh, Jesus.
Do we got to download an app for that?
Roku?
Yeah, it's an app.
And I think it's a website too. Where you can.
I'm gonna download the goddamn shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it. Yeah.
But I'm it's just and motherfuckers wonder why motherfuckers is mad at that. You did this to the welterweight division, bro. You had the run of the place, so you can't blame nobody else. The welterweight division and super welterweight division, those are your divisions, all right? The welterweight division is in disarray because of you. Ennis can't get a fight because of you. Stanionis can't get a title shot because of you. Errol Spence versus Crawford is dead because of you.
Mm-hmm. I'm up in arms because, like, literally, Terrence Crawford has been stopped. He's been stopped from making history. He could have been a two-time undisputed champion in the four-belt era, and now we don't get to see it.
Simple. Because I have to wonder, with the news about the fight being moved to February, that came from Dan, and I don't trust the intel from Dan. I've been saying it like, yo, your intel is bad because you said Triller left boxing, and they got like 2 shows coming up. One is the son of Tommy Morrison and a couple of other young guys, and the other is the Pacquiao exhibition in South Korea. But according to you, they left boxing. No, the fuck they didn't. According to you, Canelo, and I knew it was bullshit because, bro, use your common sense. You don't know nobody in the zone, first off. You don't have access to that number. You don't.
Hey, Jules, Black Prime is on Twitter, and it says it's an amateur boxing platform.
Is that the one?
Hey, real quick, was Spence and Ugas on Fox or Showtime?
That was Fox.
Here's what I think happened, too. Fox was waiting to see them Wilder numbers to see if they was even going to make a run at Crawford Spence.
No, but remember, Fox wasn't going to do this one. This one was Stefan Espinoza was all wrapped up in this shit, not Fox.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying they still had the option because that's where Errol's been.
Did you see what Crawford said about the? It says Crawford will earn a career high 8-figure payday for the fight, and Crawford said, "I agreed to all their bullshit, and they've been dragging their ass for months. Spence was nowhere to be found while I was trying to make the deal. I explained to Al Heyman and Errol that I was going to fight before the end of the year since they want to continue to drag their ass. I'm going to fight another champion who actually has the balls to fight me. David Avanesyan is a very tough task. He's knocked out his last 6 opponents, and this guy is dangerous. Once I'm successful against Avanesyan, my plan is still the same. Whoop Errol Spence ass."
Bud going after the British. God damn.
Well, man, I hope he beats the shit out of Errol.
I think they'll continue to negotiate. But I don't know. I know they're going to continue to negotiate, but people are going to say, "Oh, he's ducking Errol."
This is the thing. Listen, we already know what it is. We already look. The same people that want to keep apologizing for Errol is going to keep apologizing for Errol, and the same people that's on Bud's side is going to be on Bud's side. It ain't nothing changed, and that's the problem. That ain't nothing changed. This amount of time and ain't nothing changed. All right, y'all have plenty of time. I believe the real reason. They probably ain't got no money. We in October.
They ain't got no money, Slim. I'm telling you.
Damn,
and you already know. And you already know what. And you already know what I've been preaching. And I hate to bring this race shit up, but they ain't got money for 2 black fighters like that.
You already know, Ron. You already know.
And I've been saying that.
What have I been saying? Now, what have I been saying? Now, what have I been saying? You got money. You could find money for Moon Gear, but you couldn't find no money for no Andre, huh?
Yeah.
They got money for Uskateki.
Too much melanin. Too much melanin.
Too much.
That what they're accusing Bob of and what they're accusing Eddie of, in all actuality, the real culprits are Showtime and the PBC because they're the ones that don't believe in those fights.
Right,
Look,
they don't.
You know what Bob's plan is? He want to put the winner of Haney versus Loma in there with Shakur. That could end up being Devin Haney versus Shakur. Could be Loma versus Shakur. But in any event, you see that the matchmaking is going on. The plans is in place. They ain't the ones that don't believe in fights. They believed in Crawford enough to give him $6 million for a goddamn Sean Porter fight.
Bob's got a vision, man. Those are the PBC and them dudes. Their vision is something.
You know what their vision is? The funniest thing about the PBC is their vision is based on the landscape of boxing in the 90s and early 2000s. That's why they're relying on this antiquated formula that doesn't work in this day and age. It's not the 90s.
It's outdated. It's outdated.
It's outdated, fam. Like, this ain't Floyd and Castillo or Floyd and Guerrero.
Right.
Like this.
They trying to do this cheap labor shit.
Yeah.
And those guys go for it. You know, I already know little things that I don't say. They go for it because they don't have a choice. I know of a guy who turned down a fight abroad. Well, he wasn't given a choice to go abroad. He couldn't go abroad, but he wanted to. If you're clever, you know what I'm talking about. If you're clever, it's only a couple of guys that were offered a deal to go abroad. Former champion.
Oh, wait, say
Okay.
Say that again.
A former champion was offered a deal to go very far south for a fight earlier this year. He was not allowed to do that.
Thurman?
I'm not going to tell you who it is.
Nope, I know who it is.
I can't give up everything.
I know who it is. I know who it is. I ain't gonna say.
All right, whatever.
I can't. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you in the DMs. I ain't gonna tell you live.
Julius, text me on Instagram because I got iced off Twitter. I'm suspended.
Why?
How the fuck?
Why?
Ron.
Who ratted on you?
I'm gonna give you a quick thing. So basically, I don't really know what it was. All I know is I opened the app, I couldn't load shit, and then like 5 motherfuckers hit me up saying that fucking Hitman made a post of my suspended account thing and put like mad memes and like 20 motherfuckers just dick eating.
Talking about Hitman, the skinny kid? Why he's suspended?
Yeah, Hitman.
So Hitman.
Wait a minute, are y'all two really beefing?
No, bro. Here's my thing. I'm cool. I don't got a problem with Hitman, but on Twitter, he let's just say he's an influenced young kid. That's all I'll say.
So Hitman. So Hitman report.
I'm not gonna make this a shit talking thing. I already hit him.
No, I got you.
Ronnie, go to his page.
I wanted to tell you, you can't be on both sides, bro. That's all I'm trying to. You too cool with everybody.
I told him double agent.
Yeah, you know what?
That's not true. I mean,
double. Hey, listen, because that's the thing. Ray Jackson reported my tweet when I went at him.
Eson, let me tell you what, bro. Let me tell you what, bro. Them the people that got me suspended, bro. And all I said was she was a fucking alcoholic. I wasn't even wrong.
Right.
But Ron,
I sent you those screenshots. He said they reported my tweets. I was suspended for a week after that.
Right? Motherfuckers talk all that like, and I don't even like talking that shit because it's Twitter, bro. Y'all wouldn't do like it's Twitter, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. And I'm like, all this shit. Y'all motherfuckers are some real rats. Because if y'all doing that shit over some Twitter, I can only imagine what the fuck y'all would do over some real shit. Y'all some real fucking rats.
Yeah, and I don't talk that tough guy shit on Twitter. I talk that like, look, I get bitches, all right? I get bitches and money. Fuck
I don't talk that fly shit, but I'm just saying that on some microcosm shit, if this is the kind of shit that gets you calling Po9 on Twitter, I can only imagine, bro.
Hey, Father of the Year says it was an inside job. You saw it.
I'm trying to tell you, man, you gotta stop being over there with them rats, bro. It's rats over there. You ain't figured that out yet? It's rats over there, bro. We don't rat on this side, bro.
I gotta figure that out. So I need to figure out what the hell, because I didn't know y'all two was beefing. I thought y'all was cool.
Ron, you know what's funny? He fucking texts my number and he's like, "Oh, why'd you get suspended?" I'm like, "Bro, why do you care? You over here making posts cheering about it, and now you're gonna text me like, "Oh, why?" Like, bro, get off my dick. I'm like,
bro, he already told. Yo, listen, he texts you. You already know what you need to know.
Exactly.
You already know what you need to know. Like,
yeah, he told you that he did. He just told you he did it.
Father of the Year, all the homies hit me up like, "Yo, what happened?" Like, they sent me screenshots of Hitman made a post about it, and then I guess this motherfucker got a whole space going about it. I'm like, bro, this how you know motherfuckers getting no ass.
I'm trying to tell you
exactly what I be telling you, bro.
Don't all them guys
getting attention for the wrong reasons.
The dude that drive the forklift, the dude that drive the forklift, what's the shit called? Top Ramen Talks, whatever that shit is. All them dudes is rats. B, you don't know like that. You rats, bro. Look at the shit y'all do over some. Look at the shit y'all do over some tweets, bro. 140 characters and no money.
I'm like, bro. If I'm like, dog. Is it that serious? You doing a whole like y'all really out here reporting accounts and doing whole spaces? But the worst thing is like, Hitman, I was cool up for a minute. but he switched up and shit on the app, on Twitter. But I have him on Instagram and Snap. He talked to me all normal and cool on there. When it's on Twitter, he's a follower, and I be telling him all the time, bro, you be holding Lefty's pockets way too much, dog. You be dick eating on that app. And look what he did now. I'm like, bro, don't hit me up on my number. Don't hit me up on some cool shit, because I ain't fucking with you.
Trying to tell you, be like
in all fairness though, because you know.
I like
Ron,
you.
he's tweaking.
That's
Ron,
that's
Ron.
exactly why I be showing up to the fight solo like Ron.
No,
I got
no
you know me. I talk.
Nobody. I don't got no personal problem with nobody, but Ron, he's tweaking right now. Go to his page and
for
look
real?
what he's doing. Go to his
Alright,
page. You'll see what I'm talking
but
about.
in all
Go to his
fairness,
page.
Mo, I just think because I'm cool with everybody. I don't have no problems with. But I never understood why so many beefs on. But I do understand it, but I don't. Like
It's Twitter. It's not that serious.
It's not that serious.
Listen, bro. It's people that if you mention me, just mention Rick Ramos.
Trust me. I know, and I tried to understand why it's like that. And nobody give me. I don't know.
It's not a reason. Listen, it's not a reason.
I don't know.
It's not a reason. It's that. You know what I honestly believe? What I honestly believe is that it's kind of like a role playing game to them. Having the clicks and things like that. It's like a child. It's like a childlike urge to have beef. And I ain't Rambo. I'm just saying that, bro. I got better shit to do. Like, for arguing with you bum motherfuckers, I need to be making some money. So I ain't gonna argue. The first thing I did after they reported me is I blocked every single one of them. Why? Because you were fucking red. You literally gonna go to my page probably and look for shit to get me blocked. Because I already see how you move. I already.
And they're fishing for excuses.
You reported me for calling an alcoholic. How fucking sensitive are you? Like the fuck?
Yeah.
Shit, I noticed that this time is like shit. That motherfucking Earl, that motherfucking eye patch bat signal went off. Them motherfuckers came from my ass. I ain't gonna bullshit. Earl don't drink. So what if Earl is drunk? I'm like, y'all really defending this spammer right now. This is what we dealing with.
I got reported for tweeting pictures of me with hella bitches, saying you don't get no pussy.
Motherfuckers is talking about me and all this shit, right? And I'm like, look, I ain't saying no bullshit. I call it alcoholic, and y'all got me suspended. Y'all some sensitive ass, and y'all some simps too. Like y'all some simps too. And I don't know. Listen, I don't normally
be the bitches.
But like y'all motherfuckers is some simps too, because that's some regular Ford and Road flow, bro. Like y'all motherfuckers, y'all don't get.
Sion Selvin says Twitter's rap population is bigger than New York's.
If y'all tripping off of that, bro, that's some regular old Grand Concourse flow, fam. Like, really? Y'all.
Hey, E, you know why they mad though, right? They ain't got your eyebrows, bro.
I do have nice. It's not even my eyebrows. It's my eyelashes.
He's talking about me.
I'm talking. You know they jealous.
Oh, you right. It's Eson's. It is true. It's his eyebrows, bro. His shit is fly shit.
Listen, man. Hitman's mad. Cool curly hair, smooth brows, get bitches. He hating. It is what it is.
You know what I'm saying? It be like that. Now, Will says Julius is his own man, and people are so far removed from reality they can't understand what real is. Is what it is. Always been a good man. I appreciate that, because if you listen, I already know. Like, I got spider senses, right? Peep the shit. I already know that there were forces at work that go in certain people's ear to poison people to me. I already know, because this is already played out in real life. That's why I know that I'm old. I have life experience, and I already know how people of that ilk operate. Like you trying to fuck, like you trying to say this and that about. I don't even be talking about y'all aside from the dumb shit y'all be doing. But everybody see that dumb shit, like y'all childish because we're in the same age group. But y'all acting like it's some real beef. It's no real beef, bro. A bullet will not be shot from no gun, nowhere. It ain't real, man. Y'all just childish.
It's just boxing opinions.
When they said Ron had to check in at the armory when he went. That's dying, Slim.
I got you know me.
Shit is motherfucking childish than a motherfucker. Like, you don't really got a problem with me, man. Like, you don't have no problems with me, man. Like,
exactly. That's how I always carried it. I don't throw my one thing about me. I never threw rocks and had my hand. I'm so easy to be accessible. I don't have no filter, Mo. I'm just saying what I'm gonna say.
Real shit.
You don't like
I'm
it.
the nicest guy. Like, I'm the nicest guy to everybody. It's like, yo, y'all really trying to make me out to be the bad guy. Oh, he doing this. He doing like, all right, man. Look,
all I said was they trying to pay Terrence Crawford what they paid a forklift guy. God bless
Julie,
how many people listen? But reality, how many people on this panel called this outcome? They're like, dog, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't even fight this year, bro. Yeah. Everybody knew.
I got paid off of it.
Or at all.
They tried to pay Terrence Crawford with fucking Ron be losing at the crap tables.
Right.
Julius, explain.
You know what it is?
Right.
These fools are delicate, man, and they got a narrative. And if you don't fit your view doesn't fit their.
You don't fit it.
They can't
shout out to one of my spies whose name shall not be mentioned, right? Motherfuckers really had a whole campaign about how I stole the word talk. TAWK.
Yeah. Yep.
And let me finish until my good acquaintances and friends pulled up videos from as far back as 2016. That's how I have always spelt that word. Even before I ever used social, that's how I have always spelt that word. I do not need to borrow ideas from no fucking body. Anybody that knows me knows that. I don't need to borrow shit from nobody.
Hey, listen, I was in that thread. I ain't gonna say who the other person was, but I was in that thread and I was saying y'all are tripping. I was like, bro, I was in that thread and I know you're talking about y'all tripping. Motherfucker tried to say, oh, you can go back and edit old video names. Like, bro, you think this motherfucker went back to 2015 to edit video names? And then the person you're talking about, I know who you're talking about.
Hold on, let Esau finish.
And the person you're talking about pulled up the fucking Facebook ones too.
Because it's like fam, like y'all motherfuckers is so desperate to say something about me, and I ain't furthest fucking thing from my mind, bro.
The even funnier thing is they got it from somebody else a long time ago.
Because motherfuckers think they invented talk.
Yeah.
TAWK.
Fella, the funniest shit today on Twitter though, the funniest shit is I know Errol Spence be reading Ron Boy's tweets all the time now.
I know
just the fact that how he said slim.
Yeah, you saw that shit. Shit was bottled up, dude. Because it seemed like he had that shit already loaded. He had that shit already loaded, and he was just peeking at the right time because they knew. And this goes back. He knew that fight wasn't getting made, so he's like, "Fuck it, let me get this shit out because Bud about to announce something, and I'm about to announce something. Fuck it." And that's how the shit came. And now it's making sense.
He gonna fight Thurman, Ron? That's the next one.
I think Keith is. I think they're gonna. And I said this on the little shit y'all talking about. I said this. That it's going to be at a catchweight. He's fighting Keith at a catchweight.
What about the type? What about Stanionis WBA? What about Ennis?
Earl doesn't need to be at 147 if he's not going for undisputed.
So what you think going to happen with that then, though?
He's going to fight Keith at a catchweight. They're going to figure out something. They might drop the belt. I don't know. But he's fighting Keith at a catchweight.
How do they have money?
Wait, time, Ron. That's what I'm asking you. Do you think that he will drop one or more of the belts?
I think he's going to have to be forced to drop the belts because he's fighting Keith at a catchweight.
That's facts though, because he's complaining about the weight.
It's all adding up. I've been saying that.
Which belts? Virgil Ortiz mandatory potential.
Well, actually, it's the IBF. I mean, actually, it's the WBA and the IBF.
It's the BA, and Virgil said they're petitioning. Virgil said that earlier this year. They're petitioning to get Stanionis in the ring.
And what you think is going to happen if he drops the belt? Think about this though. If he drops the belt, Stanionis and Virgil is fighting for that belt.
And Stanionis is not PBC, by the way. For those that don't know, he's pro bellum.
He's pro bellum, but he got Shelly. He got Shelly as his manager, right?
Oh damn!
Yeah, but Shelly being his manager don't mean that he is limited.
Yeah, it don't mean. Yeah, that doesn't mean shit.
To fighting on that island. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if the Zone and Golden Boy offer him some money, well, where else you gonna get money, bro? Where else? Keith ain't gonna fight you.
And you gotta look at it this way: ain't no money in Keith. It ain't no money in Earl fighting Stay-On-Us. The money is in him fighting Keith.
But that's my question.
That'll be one of Fox's.
That's a bit of a stretch. There's no money in either.
How do they have money to fight Keith, but they don't have money to fight Bud? Someone make it
because it was never in. Bud was never in the program. Bud wasn't never part of the program. That's the reason.
Yeah. So how can the people who's defending Earl not understand the fact that Bud is on the outside, everything is on the PBC side, but yet they say he's ducking the fight? They want
because they don't want. Let me clarify one thing. At this point, the people that argue in favor of Errol, what they're arguing about now isn't even necessarily what's happening. They just don't want to be wrong. That's all it is. They don't want the last 4 years of shit. They don't want to be wrong about that. They want to keep arguing and keep it going. When it's obvious to everyone, it's obvious to most people that, fam, y'all told him to cross the street. He did that. There ain't no Bob. There ain't no Top Rank. There ain't no more sides of the street. Y'all said this man was the cash cow. Y'all said that he moved units. He the big fish. This ain't what happens when big fish move, bro. A big fish, real big fish, unified a whole division in 11 months. A real big fish. All right? That's a big fish.
I'm still trying to figure out how you the big fish, but the betting underdog.
Yeah, exactly. And these are the same cats that said that Spence.
How does that make sense?
Replaced Canelo as the cash cow of boxing. You know.
No, wait, hold on. I'll do you one better. These are the same guys that would argue with me on Instagram, saying that Canelo would lose to Errol Spence if he actually had taken that deal.
Yeah, he'd have bet an underdog.
Is he a retard?
Yeah.
Is he a fucking retard?
Oh my god!
You know, all this started when Steven Espinosa showed up to a certain suite for the Spence fight.
Yeah,
yo.
And then all this shit came out that it's gonna happen, blah blah blah, and look where we're at.
Yeah, you can't fix stupid, and you can't reason with stupid. It's just
I told Espinosa the other day, like, look, Espinosa, I got Paramount Global stock. Your product is trash. What's going on?
Yeah.
And, he won't say none of that.
I mean, like it's just so, like, tomorrow morning, I'm going to get the next episode of the Relay together, and I'm going to just be so honest. I don't even know if I want to talk about this bull, because I'm like, I'm so tired of it. What am I gotta be, when I do a segment, it's because it's something that I'm interested in, so I want to talk about it. And I'm like, I don't want to do this shit, and like, I'm sick of this bullshit. Like, this is ridiculous.
We
knew he didn't.
We have to launch a campaign to support Crawford's fight.
The minute he ran out the arena after Porter Crawford and not get in the ring and hype the shit up,
Exactly.
that's what we knew.
Listen, I'm gonna be like, I don't normally feel that. Like, when I think of Devin and Loma, right? I got a lot of respect for Devin, and I don't think he's afraid of Vasil Lomachenko. I don't think he's scared of him at all. But I don't think he's scared of him neither. I don't think neither man is afraid of each other. But when I look at Errol, fam, you are scared to death of this fight, bro. You are afraid. You afraid, bro. You don't want this. You never wanted this.
All that BS about, why don't I take the easy route and knock out Sean Porter after he told him to get a belt, I'm
trying to tell the only guys that I see fear, real fear, that if you could read fear, Thurman, you are afraid of Terrence Crawford. Yes, you are. You're afraid. You afraid. Danny afraid. Errol afraid. I like Jermel, but I saw fear on him. How I know? Bud started talking about you, and you started talking about Lubin. Bro, he talking about you.
You can tell,
and
I fucks with
that same fear pops up when you mention Boots to them too.
Right. And I fucks with Mel Child. I fuck with the Carlos still. I know. But at the end of the day, you could tell something wrong with Mel. As soon as he bring up Bud name, why y'all keep mentioning him? Why he gets so
emotional after that.
He gets so emotional over that.
Yeah, he does.
And the weirdest thing is that, Hopkins, I remember fellow Capricorn, all-time great, Bernard Hopkins. He was waiting. He was waiting on the smaller guys to move up the middleweight. You know, Larry Merchant didn't like that bullshit, but he was waiting. You see what I mean? Whereas Mel, okay, you the bigger guy. You should actually be waiting for, but like, yeah, bring your little ass up here, bro. You better get up here so I can fuck you.
You really should be pushing for the fight because that's your biggest fight. That's your biggest fight. It's Bud.
There ain't shit at middleweight for you. It's nothing up there. And you got all the belts at junior middle. There ain't shit at middle. You should be thinking about a Crawford fight with open, like, yeah, I need that. You need to come up here and catch these hands, you know, because I need a super fight. I need a box office fight. That could be your box office fight. Undisputed versus undisputed. And no, you need to go knock out Lubin. Why would he go knock out Lubin, bro? Why?
Because he'll knock him out.
They try to do the Porter thing again. Let's put somebody else in front of us.
That's exactly here. Take him.
And so now we know what all those fight cards in January are. It's fucking Benavidez, Uzcategui. It's fucking Charlo Zubin, and then the next one will probably be either Spencer Thurman or who else?
I'm not buying that shit, bro. I'm not.
Because they got three dates reserved in January at the MGM.
I'm not buying none of that bullshit, man.
Shit, I gotta cancel my fucking joints too. God damn, man. This the fourth time I canceled fucking hotels in Vegas, Drew.
Telling you, man, like it's a wrap, bro. It's just
that's
bullshit.
the benefit of living 3 hours away.
Just throw the division.
Shit, man.
Just nuke the fucking division and everybody in it and start over. Just
listen. Fuck Spence Crawford. There's still a unification happening in November. Karaguchi Taraji, that's the fucking fight. We're still gonna get Chalco Estrada. We're still gonna get Ioka Franco.
Zapata Prograis. I got my man Prograis.
Exactly. So what
I got Prograis, Ronnie. You heard that shit? I got Prograis.
Man, I honestly don't have a dog in a race, but I'm going with motherfucking Zapata. I can't.
Let's bet.
That's hate.
We can take the bet. I'll take the bet.
That is hate.
No, it ain't. I mean, I don't really, man. Prograis talk. He devalued my man Sabril. I can't fuck with him until he fights.
Listen, bro. You gotta understand. So I like Zapata for what it's worth. I really do.
I know you like him.
I like Zapata, but being real. You're not defensively responsible enough for this fight.
That last fight, he left something in the ring in that last fight.
Let me and Ron do this. Let me do this. Ron, we got 50 quid on it.
Just DM me. DM it in my joint.
My Twitter's fucked up, so when I get
shit, that's right. I got you. How much you want?
50.
All right, we do 50. I got Zapata.
You really got Zapata?
Yeah, I got
Don't do this, Ronnie. Don't do this.
Julius,
no, I got it.
Julius,
do you know how much money I just made off of Bud and Earl not get made this shit?
Julius, I'm getting my money back.
That was my whole Cash App joint. I was like, I told the Bama, just make sure you can talk all that shit. Just put your money in the Cash App. I ain't trying to hear all that. Don't wrap me up.
Listen, bro, Prograis is gonna hurt him. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
Hold up, Jules. You know Jojo Diaz, I'm about to get him right.
Wait. I gotta ask. I got Zapata beating Jojo.
Yeah, and Jojo jumped out there and he was like, bet 500. I was like, I'll take the bet.
Wow.
You didn't see that, Julius?
You didn't see that?
Jojo better not run off with the plug.
Julius, you missed that shit?
I didn't see that.
Yeah, me and Jojo Diaz was going at it.
Bro. You gotta go to JoJo's page and look at this shit. Ronnie was cooking him.
That's crazy.
He don't.
I think Zapata might beat his ass.
Zapata is going to dog walk him, and I told him that. And he was like, yeah, you talking a lot of shit, put some money up. I said, bet the 500, let's do it. He was like, I thought you wanted big. I was like, really, I ain't got a dog in a race. I just know you can't fuck with Zapata. And if you go back down to 130, I got 2,000 on Lamont Roach to beat your ass.
That's crazy.
I think he'll beat Roach on activity. I think
it don't matter. I already put it out there.
Would beat JoJo.
Because William was about to send his ass back to 130 anyway. So he got to see Lamont Roach.
Hey, what's up with Morrell? Who's he fighting coming up?
He fighting that Russian, isn't he? Is that dude Russian? What is he, Drew?
Avanesyan. He Avanesyan is Russian, but you could tell he got a little bit of Middle Eastern in him, but he is Russian.
Yeah, he Russian, right? Yeah.
No, Morrell.
No, he talking about Morrell.
No, Morrell fighting that dude from Kazakhstan.
Is it Kazakhstan? That's what it is.
Kazakhstan, yeah.
Kazakhstan. All right.
Fuck, I forgot his
And,
last
and
name.
listen, y'all. I don't know why, bro. I don't know why, but I feel like I need to look at that dude because I'm getting vibes. I'm getting vibes like this dude.
Hey man,
I actually was gonna go to that fight though, but now that the Bud fight is in Nebraska, I'm not going. So I'm being Nebraska.
You know what's the funny thing?
What,
Jules,
you don't like
did you
being in Nebraska?
No, it's not that. It's just that I've never been in Nebraska. The coldest I've been in Nebraska was when it was when he fought Benavidez. That shit was in like what was that, September?
I guess look,
it wasn't that cold. I mean, it was good. It was up there.
I mean, who feels that the fight is 100% dead though? Because Dan Raphael said they looking at February, but we're hearing this. So, is the fight dead?
It's gotta be. It's gotta be dead. No,
it's
like
close. It's
how?
Because
remember, this man has mandatories.
Yeah, and he do, and that's the main thing that make me ask that question. That you got anything to
I mean, no, I'm not worried about that. I mean, what's it called? The IBF and the WBA haven't done their jobs in a minute, so I don't really expect them to start doing it now.
Well, the WBA
exactly. That's what I was gonna say. And the WBA can be paid
that's
off.
Not true,
like,
though.
The PBC
that's
owns
not
them.
true.
That's true.
That's not true. The WBA already did their job. PBC, Al and them paid step aside money. Stayonis have paperwork saying if he's not fighting Bud, he got next.
Errol's not going to take a tune-up, but Bud will. I think they'll continue because Crawford already said, I still want that fight. They'll probably continue to negotiate. I mean, if it happens, I don't know.
They can't.
Because Crawford said in his statement, he said that he told him that he was going to fight at the end of the year because they moved the date. So I think it's a possibility that it's still alive, but I don't think
you're trying to tell me that Earl is going to fight at 47 2 more times, even though he just said.
No, this is the main thing.
Your catchweight theory is true.
Wait. What if he don't fight? He fought this year already.
He won't. There's no need.
He won't fight. If he don't fight, then they can move. If Errol don't fight between now and February, then they can do it.
Yeah.
How, Mo? They got Stayonis. Stayonis got paperwork back from April saying he got next. That's
but this
that's
is the thing. You're not paying. Listen, Ronnie, you're not paying attention. Errol has to fight Bud next based on the paperwork. If Bud is still next for Errol,
you see what I mean? That's a technicality, but that's a fucked up technicality.
That's what I'm saying.
Because that's a long ass wait.
I don't think that between now and next year we gonna see Errol. The next time we see Errol, it could be the Bud fight because as long as Bud is next for Errol, that don't mean that Errol has to be next for Bud because Bud and Stenionis ain't got nothing going on.
That's true. That's true.
Bud has no mandatory, so he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Now, it's
like, think about it. Think about Errol. Look at what he tweeted today. You think Errol's gonna cut to welter or close to welter just for the end of the year?
That's what I'm saying. To do another fight.
You think Errol's gonna drop the sauce? You think Errol's gonna stop drinking liquor for that?
Errol's gonna
right, look it up right now. Virtuoso says, I need Bud to make Jermel eat through a straw for life. Ow! Motherfucking Hot Bucks a Minute said, this Bud fight with Avanesyan is an L for boxing. Maybe it's an L, maybe it's not, because I'm going to tell y'all, I'm old. But y'all understand. Y'all young bucks, let me say this. Y'all young bucks don't understand, because I'm old, right? So I see 10 steps ahead. This could be a blessing in disguise. Why? I didn't like Bud going into that Spence fight, having not for the whole year. I didn't like that at all. I was worried about that. If he does get out there, fucking put it on Avanesyan real quick, get it over with, take off the cobwebs. February right around the corner. If they keep that date and they do that fight, Bud is sharp, and it will be Errol that has been out of the ring longer.
The tables will turn.
And I think that was the play. I think they were trying to like wait him out so they can catch him on inactivity.
Bam.
Yep. Okay, but
fellas, Errol ain't fighting. The holidays are coming. He's gonna fucking balloon and wait.
Bro, that dude gonna be liquored up for the rest of the year, bro.
Wait, Julius. He's fighting at cruiser next.
Bro, Julius. Thanks Thanksgiving, Christmas in the ranch. You tell me Errol gonna
New Year's.
time. Bro.
That dude is going, bro. They're gonna have to wheel him out to the ring in a goddamn wheelbarrow.
Hey, y'all, that's how you know. That's how you know Floyd was telling the truth when he said that fight ain't
Floyd
nowhere
wasn't
near
live.
gonna happen yet.
Floyd wasn't
Floyd
live,
said not
Slim.
this year. I mean, it was all. I mean, to be honest, I've known for a while. It was once it got to like 8-week mark before
You
the
could
November
feel
date.
that it. Listen, you could feel that it
Yeah.
wasn't happening, bro. Like you look. You know the big fight feel. Like you could tell when. Nah, it's about to go down.
I'm gonna tell you what happened, Mo. I sat here and bet the dude that worked for PBC and told him, you work for PBC, and I'm telling you, I'm willing to bet whatever you make in a week, I'll take that bet, say the fight ain't happening. He still wouldn't take the bet.
I was in that space, and I was in
it.
that space, Ron, and he was the one saying that's why I can't stand Eddie Hearn the way he do business. That same dude.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
Ron, it was KD.
He's He's a PBC executive.
He's a PBC executive dude. Me and him always go at it because all he do, basically his job is to do damage control for PBC. And you know me, I pull cards. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I call
He's
it
like a PR guy.
Let me ask you this question, Julius.
Go ahead, Leo.
Let's say Terence Crawford fights David Avanesyan and he trashes him.
Yeah.
In a spectacular fashion. Do you think Errol Spence fights him in February?
No. Wait. Everybody chill. See, this is the thing. You don't need Terence to get out there and beat David to know what Terence can do. You've known all along what Terence can do. You've always known. The real problem for Errol is you don't have another fight. You don't have another fight. You're coming up on your mid-30s, the same as Crawford. You're just 2 years younger than him, and you don't have another super fight. See, the way I see it, and which is why I don't think the fight is dead, Errol doesn't have a fight at junior middleweight that gets him paid more than this fight. He doesn't. Who? What, Brian Castano? Sebastian Fundora? Look at the metrics for that fight. Under 100,000 views on regular Showtime, or just a little over. There are no more money fights for Errol Spence Jr.
They knew Bud moved on. Look at how Keith Idek, Dan Raphael, and Errol moved all in sync today because of the Wilder pay-per-view chant was getting loud.
Yeah. They asked too many questions about the pay-per-view. We gotta drop some news. They asked too many questions.
See, there's probably, I'll tell you this. There's maybe 2 fights left out there for Errol that do big box office, that could do some, not even big, but something. Virgil Ortiz, it's not happening. And Virgil might beat you. You know that.
Crawford will get Virgil before Spence.
No. Virgil wants the WBA, bro. He petitioned the WBA to let him fight Stanionis.
No, what I'm saying, I think Jules is saying, like, Virgil knows he can get Spence before he can get Errol. Like,
that's what I'm trying to tell you. Virgil, listen, I like Virgil, but I got to say it, and I'm tired of holding it in. Virgil doesn't want no parts of Bud. All right? I'm tired of holding it in.
He's tailor-made for Bud. He's tailor-made for Bud.
So let's just cut the fucking crap. And he said he petitioned the WBA for Stanionis. Well, if you're going for Stanionis, you're going for Errol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you had 2 opportunities to petition to be the mandatory for Bud already.
You don't want Bud.
Okay, Julius, but it was supposed to be Virgil.
Right.
Go ahead, Leo.
Let me ask you this. Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence is a big fight. It's a legacy fight. Is it a money fight, really?
It's not. Listen, it's all relative, bro. I understand where you're coming from. I get it. But it's all relative, you see. Terence Crawford versus what? If you don't fight Terence, you don't fight him. Who are you going to fight?
A guy that's less expensive than the Terence Crawford.
Will you make any money? Remember I know it's hard to get the full picture. Errol isn't exactly at liberty to fight anyone, I don't think, because of Ennis and because of Stanionis. We keep saying that, maybe he'll fight Thurman. Okay, maybe you do, but you have to drop titles to do that. You do.
Yeah.
Those are not PBC guys. Stanionis is with Probellum. Ennis has his own separate other situation shit. All right? Those are not PBC guys. Al don't have his thumb on those guys. So I don't even know that you could fight anyone else right now without losing something, which is why a part of me thinks you might have to wait till February to come back.
Basically, Al is losing his grip on the division slowly. That's what's happening. You don't. You can't. It's not.
You don't have another wave of welterweights. He doesn't have another wave of welterweights.
Yeah, he doesn't have.
Shit, he don't have another wave of nothing.
Fight a Danny Garcia. You're gonna fight.
Yeah, all his fighters are like 40 years old.
Everybody's gone.
Bob is still fucking signing people. He signed a fucking Vargas kid today. The fucking Vargas kid.
Yep.
And Feroz's son.
It's not gonna work out how they think it's gonna work out. They're gonna have to fight somebody they don't want to fight. And I don't know, man. But I think for what it's worth,
like I said, if he doesn't come back until February and it's with Bud, then he's in the clear with the alphabets, so long as Bud is next for him. But Bud is at liberty to take another fight because, hey, whatever the fuck you agreed to Stanionis, that don't got nothing to do with me. Or whatever you got going on with the IBF, and that don't got nothing to do with me. I'm going to get out here and get this tune-up on, and then I'll see you in February.
That's exactly what it is.
Bud moved that shit smooth as shit. That was smooth.
Listen, I knew Crawford. I knew Crawford would not want to fucking sit out this whole damn year. I didn't say it would be Avanesyan, but I was on a space yesterday, and I said to my friends, I was like, bro, I wouldn't be surprised if Crawford gets a fight in before the tune-up, and that's why this news don't shock me. I literally told him, I said,
see, this is how stupid, but can I say this?
Yep.
This is how inept I feel that they are. If it was about, Bud, we can't get things going. If you're Heyman and he's supposed to be this fucking genius, I'm like, how do you not see that all you had to do to help build Spence versus Crawford as a box office fight that you need to be excited about? Give Thurman Crawford. Let Crawford knock him out and stop him.
Should have done it back in June.
That will build the fucking Spence fight.
He should have done it back in June.
But then he can't squeeze whatever little profit Thurman Lara has in the future.
But we got to go before that though. At the end of the day, he should have known how successful Wilder Theory was. That he should have did Earl and Bud that way. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They should have known that.
Covered his purse. Top Rank would have covered Bud's purse, and they could have.
So it's even before that, man. Like that shit is crazy.
But also, that when you think about that and what really happened and how it all really worked out, not only did you lose money, your prize stallion lost big time, and I think that serviced as more of a deterrent than like.
Oh,
now,
well, yeah.
We're like, now we ain't gonna do one of those again because look.
That's true.
Look at what the fuck happened to Wilder. So now my thing is this: I've always felt you don't believe in Errol, and that's why you don't want to do this fight. But if let me say this.
Yeah.
If your thing is okay, we need a contingency. Your contingency is if you believe that Crawford will beat Errol, you actually have two super fights you can make. If he does beat Errol, what's the next super fight? Crawford versus Charlo. On pay-per-view.
Undisputed. Yep. That shit right in Vegas.
I'm telling, I don't know why he has this reputation for being a genius. I think, like I said, I've always maintained Al's not a genius. He's just used to being in the room with stupid people. You never want to be the smartest guy in the room.
Yep.
You never want to be. You never want that, and that's what he is.
In a room full of idiots.
Smartest guy in a room full of fucking idiots, and that's what he is. Because if you saw 10 steps ahead, listen, we got to cash out Errol. We're not going to get much more money out of this, but what we can do is get two good box office fights out of this situation. If Crawford beats Errol, and it looks like he would, we can still do a Charlo box office fight, and then we're in the Crawford business now. We're in that business. But I think it's because of the way that his contracts are structured for his fighters. You can't fuck Bud the way you fuck these guys. You can't. He won't go for it.
I think that explained Errol's temper tantrum earlier. Is that they kind of overplayed their hand just a little too much. to where now they can't wait Bud out, and he is going to be sharp coming into the fight later on if it does happen. And I don't think Errol has enough time to get a fight.
It's a blessing in disguise because if they hold that February date, there's no time for Errol to have another fight. And you did already fight this year. You fought Ugas earlier this year, so you've had your fight this year. Your one fight in the last 12 months. Now, Bud is about to have his. I'm not against that because, look, honestly, I never thought the fucking fight was going to happen this year anyway.
Yeah, no time and no money.
No time to promote and no money to make it happen.
Yep. Unless they put him on a Street Beefs undercard, there's no chance.
And let's be honest, David Reason isn't. I mean, Bud gonna end up stopping him, but David Reason is a hell of a fighter, Mo.
Not a soft touch.
Look, David got annihilated by Mean Machine, so I don't have any. This is deeper than that for me. This is deeper. It's not even about excusing the opponent's selection. It's not about that. It's that Crawford as a fighter deserves better, much better than what he's getting. And I'm buying it. And I'm going to sell it on this channel. I'm going to buy the fight.
Launch a campaign. Crawford is a generational great. He deserves for us to support him.
Cause it's fucking bullshit and it's not his fault. And it's only $40, bro. All right. What the fuck? It's only $40.
That's nothing.
Like, just get some good ring girls with some big asses and titties. Fuck it. Now Ricky Ricardo says PBC failed to deliver. Not surprised. Look at the track record. In securing career-defining fights, Heyman stays hidden for a reason. Public scrutiny.
Damn.
Better myself.
Now, I think he's also violating the Ali Act.
Oh yeah, that too. That's really what it is. On that note, gentlemen, I'm gonna go to sleep. It's been a pleasure. I'll catch y'all on the next one.
Hey, hit my
Good night, man. Y'all be safe.